Oh, shit. Negative. Clappy, clappy, clap. Yay, yay, yay. Folks, we're back.
Are we shifted to the right?
The producer lounge. Are we shifted to the right?
Look at how much space Dave has.
Oh, somebody must have kicked the camera.
This is how you do an intro, right?
Yeah. Folks, welcome back to the producer lounge.
That's fine.
It needs to be turned up.
Welcome back, everybody.
You
know what time it
or
is.
Something? There it is. Hey, folks.
Canceled.
Welcome back to the producer lounge. Yeah, it needs to be pushed. Like the middle.
Stage left.
Counterclockwise.
Stage left.
Towards Austin.
Push it, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Away
that's
from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to move
Oh wait, no,
the
I guess
actual
it
thing.
would be towards me. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
There, right there. That's good.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
Look at that.
Let's just start over.
The light behind Austin's a little screwed, but folks, welcome back.
Kill it. Got it.
We got a good show.
Oh shit. We out here. We
have
outside.
We doing it.
We have a legend, returning legend of the pod.
That is true. Folks, please give a warm and cold. Keep it moderately temperate. Round of applause for Doct3r.
Oh ho ho ho.
He's in the building.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Holy smokes.
Is this like your 5th episode with us?
I think it's the 4th.
Is it 4th?
Well, maybe 5th. I don't know.
It's hard to keep track.
We've lost track.
Indeed.
Folks, we've lost track.
If you find it, please call the number on the pamphlet. That is 855
Why'd you go downstairs, bro?
4947.
I see.
Nice. Gotta get that chroma
This is
key
the producer's
fucking
lounge,
backlight.
everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
We are going to talk about music production,
Oh yeah.
as we do.
As we do.
Take camera 2 ready.
Sorry to run downstairs there, guys.
Take camera 2.
Had to run downstairs, do a quick whip it. Buzzing now, guys. I mean, I'm
Call it Quip It.
I'm buzzing now.
I'm buzzing. Yeah. Buzzing.
I'm buzzing, dude.
No.
Folks, welcome
Jesus
back.
Christ.
How you been, bud?
I've been good.
Good? Yeah?
Doing well.
And production
Keeping
been good?
Oh yeah. Always productive.
Fucking-
Never stop creating.
Never stop.
Never stop.
Never stop,
Where's
never
the-
stopping, dude.
Exactly.
Wrong one.
You never stop stopping?
Never stop, never stopping.
Okay. Never stop, never stopping. Yeah.
Speaking of never stopping, how often when you guys are making kicks, I don't know how often you guys make kicks, but
I thought you were going into a sex thing.
nope. This is the
Okay,
producer
cool.
lounge,
Yeah.
not the porn lounge.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's
this
our
one.
other podcast.
That's our other
Yeah.
podcast, folks.
Yeah.
That's the late night one.
Right. Late night radio.
We do it in the nude.
Yep.
Full
And
dude.
Patreon only. So if you want that link, let us know.
The
Imagine.
BDSM lounge.
It's worth it.
BDSM lounge. Actually,
Show me a couple previews.
that would be
Yeah.
probably pretty fun to talk to like
Pepperonis.
Oh.
dominators and shit.
Yeah.
Kind of be
Dominators.
dominators, dude. Hot chicks and leather.
I mean, we have a certain
Doms
kind
only.
of dominator right here.
Yo.
Oh.
I would consider myself a power bottom, honestly.
Oh, okay, shit, yeah.
You little bear, you.
I'm just lazy,
Right.
honestly.
But no, when you're fucking with kick drums or making a kick drum, how often do you guys like put hi-hat layers on them?
Ooh.
Just for transient kind of spell?
Yeah,
That's
and,
kind
like-
of the intent.
Top end snap and stuff like that. Like I've been doing it a lot.
Yeah.
If you're like printing the kick drum to use for later kind of thing?
No,
Or
like
for
I'll
the
just
sake of
make
track?
a group and have a hi-hat in a sampler that I'm just layering on top of my kick.
For sure.
You know, I'll fuck with attack, release, decay, blah blah blah, all the things plus EQ and whatever else to like get them to like sit. But
I wouldn't even say just hi-hats, honestly.
Sure.
I've just been doing transient fucking spills. Excuse me
Yeah.
for the fucking... I
Also,
know this
bring-
is not
bring
a
that
PC.
mic up, boy.
We've talked about some crazy stuff on
yeah,
here.
keep that right up against your
Hell yeah.
fucking butthole, dude.
No, I've been doing just like transient spills.
Transients,
Yeah,
Bills.
so just getting
that sounds
transients
sexual.
like overtops. It's almost like a sense of doing impulse in a sense.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay, sure.
I just have a bank of clicks, as I like to call it.
Oh,
Putting
nice.
those over the top,
How do I
resampling it
get this
down.
bank of clicks?
Buy me dinner. I don't know.
Hey, folks. My Venmo's in the description if you want to help afford a nice steak dinner.
Yeah, plus Patreon's there too.
Yep. Are you a surf and turf kind of guy?
Depends on the day.
Oh, okay. Try
Malleable.
for a Wednesday then.
Right on.
But no, yeah, that shit's great.
I will say that I fucking hate when people print their kick with a hi-hat on it as a sample.
Yeah.
Sure.
I hate that.
Sure.
I hate it so much.
Well, I mean, this just kind of been the game of sampling for quite some time. You know, like old school hip hop sampling, you don't really have a choice.
Correct.
If,
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
hi-hats on the kick every time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, when you construct kick drums in a very logical circumstance, you have to consider the beater, the head type, and the size of the bass drum, just in
Correct.
an analog sense. So
Right.
how do we digitize that?
What is a beater?
A beater is the little
head
hammer.
that hits the drum.
Yeah, so you have a
Oh,
kick
okay.
pedal that has the little bird-looking thing, the
Okay.
drinking bird from water. You can have different like pads that you can put on the kick drum. So you have like clickers for metal specifically too, especially if you have a double bass pedal. Those guys can bring out a lot of click for your kick and make it a little bit easier if you're using a trigger.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, those kind of physicality thoughts when it comes to in the box music production really can
Right.
help.
Yeah, and it's not at all about getting the analog though. In a sense, you know,
Sure.
it's just kind of like reconciling what actually makes that sound.
right. Like all
Yeah.
the actual physical attributes
You hitting
involved.
your chest, yeah, it could literally be a kick drum.
Yeah.
But like, you have a beater here? You have a diaphragm?
Yeah.
Not talking about your lungs.
And we're not talking about your
this
hand.
is the diaphragm. Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Shaheladin?
What's up, Shahidon?
Really is the porn lounge.
Bow chicka bow wow.
You bring out the best in us, Dylan. What can we say?
The best of my porn side.
I think I might have gotten here a little bit early.
We were having some fun before the pod, folks.
We were.
Hell yeah.
It's a classic bit.
It is true.
Don't tell your parents. You'll get in trouble too.
Yeah, I've been throwing on an extra layer of like some other kick drum with just width on it of some sort and kind of EQing out a bunch of low end, trying to get a little bit of space on my kicks.
With interesting.
So you're doing more of mid focus, high focus.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. For
Nice.
just it's usually pretty quiet. And
Yeah.
then ever since Tom Finster shout out, told me to throw a disperser
Yep.
on my kick on a tune. I've been trying that whenever I
Yep, I do that on
Have a
every
kick.
kick now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And snares.
get that extra weird knockiness to it.
Yep.
Mhm.
You can get like a
Make
double.
it poke through the mix a little bit.
Disperser. What is that? Is it
All pass filter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mhm.
I've had no idea.
Kilohearts is all pass thingy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Disperser. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
got like
There's
the
a-
pinch on it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a classic Mr. Bill video where he's talking about all pass filters and talking about the disperser. And he throws like, I don't know, like a shit ton of multiband dynamics in a row and then changes the cutoff of all of them at the
Mhm.
same time. And it basically does a similar thing.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
It's essentially kind of like an all pass filter.
Like finite
Is-
shaping in a sense.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
is that similar to
Phase dispersion, basically.
Yeah.
Dispersion. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what disperser's doing is it's dispersing the phase.
It's
Is
like
that
delaying?
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. It hurts my brain.
It is
like,
weird.
I can't
It's
like
very hard.
visualize what is exactly happening, but like it
I-
does make sense.
I feel like that would be a little tedious though to get it line up for where your kick is not phasing in some points.
And
Yeah.
just
As
look at
opposed-
the oscilloscope.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So would you not
Or-
just print it then and there and like reuse the same one that's like good? At risk
I'm not.
of possibly, on millisecond time delaying that for a phase issue.
Mm.
It would be smart to
Yeah.
print it, But
Yeah.
I
I don't really worry about it though.
Fuck yeah.
I haven't really worried about it yet either.
I kind of like a little bit of variance
Right.
anyway.
Mm.
Like
It
my
could be-
current kick on this recent tune, it's got some phasiness to it, like a phaser type of a quality, and I kind of like that. Just slightly different each time,
Oh, yeah.
just a little bit.
Yeah, tonality wise for sure. I would just be
Mhm.
worried about mixing overall. I'd just be like, why does this part like sound so washed out right now at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Like correcting that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
That
it's
would be scary.
Might be
I
a-
usually don't
just a
have it
bitch.
that much.
Gotcha.
Like it's pretty it's like my dispersers are usually like in a multiband split, so it's not
Mhm.
going all the way down, and the mix is like pretty low. It's just like just enough.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Just
have it
enough
pretty
of
low.
this.
The amount is just.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You just do it until you can kind of feel it hit right, and then call it a day.
Right, exactly.
Is this similar to? Have you guys ever seen people use EQ3 in Ableton, and they add like 10 of them in a row and macro them?
Yeah.
Is that's the
Yeah.
same kind
Yeah.
of effect?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep, the cutoff is getting maximized. Like
Weird.
just like when you have your high pass and it's hitting around the low end and it creates the little spike.
yes. We actually
the cutoff is 2 filters, right?
Mhm.
So you stack a bunch of those and it's going to create some
Just a hyper amplituded
phase
band.
issues.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why the multiband and the EQ3
Yep.
kind of exaggerate more
Same
because
thing.
it's a low pass and a high pass.
Yeah, it's band
Crossing.
pass, low pass,
It's
and
the
high
cutoff.
pass. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mid channel is definitely band pass.
We have one of our clips from a podcast episode where
Mhm.
I add like 1,000 EQs just with the low pass.
Yep.
1,000?
Yeah,
Like,
literally,
literally
I made
1,000?
sure it was 1,000.
Jesus.
And I think I ease into the clip where I start with 10 and you can't really hear it, and then I start with 100, and then I'm like, here's what 1,000 sounds like, bitch, and you can see the peak just fucking
Send.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not
Funny.
even at least as far as I remember, there's no gain adjustment like where that Q is. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be flat, but yeah. So that is a thing.
Gives a whole
It's
new
cool.
meaning
Of
to
course.
turn it up to 11. Turn it up to 1,000.
Turn it up to
Amplitude
1,000.
that shit.
Right, but ours here, they go up to 11.
Who's ballsy
Spinal
enough
Tap.
to?
See, this one's better.
It goes- why don't you
Right.
just make it go to
Right.
10? No. You can see that it goes up to 11.
It's washed off a
Better.
10.
Yeah. So good, dude.
There's so much headroom.
Yeah.
It's a whole one.
A whole nother
It's just
level.
a one.
That's
Yeah.
that's every
It's
rhythm
like
artist.
9%.
They're just like, no, it's louder.
Right.
Now I want to see you blur.
This one's +1 lufs, dude.
Whoa.
You can't hear anything, but it's +1 lufs.
Which
Yep.
is possible. If anyone listening didn't know, you could go
Shout
positive
out
lufs.
Dan.
Yep.
That is a thing.
Yeah,
Shout
just
out
don't
Dan
put it
Wall.
on. Yeah, just don't put it on Spotify.
No.
It's
It'll
not
be
gonna
quiet
be saved.
and weird.
Otherwise, assure you that your fundamental frequencies are in line.
Oh God.
Maths.
Maths. Scary.
Yeah, but fuck hi hats on kicks, dude.
You want to fuck a hi-hat on a kick?
Yeah, I mean this is the BDSM lounge. I'll fuck a hi hat into a kick all day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it does. I did think about it because of sample-based drums in breakbeats a lot of times. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first kick has a hi-hat on it just because they're starting the break right there, kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And it adds an element
Or
of
a
something.
crash.
Yeah, or a
Yeah.
crash. But it usually that first kick, like if you listen to the almond break, like,
Yeah, yeah.
Bop, bop.
It's extra
Got-
transients.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
And
100%.
there really is a time and place where it is nice.
Mhm.
But
Sure.
I almost feel like you have to find a tone of your other hi-hat that's your actual hi-hat that matches at least similar kind of tone to
Right.
Still
the
retune
hat.
them too, yeah.
What's
And
up?
You can still retune them. So retuning them, I mean, you're kind of lining up the frequency band with the
Mhm.
original initial kick band because a kick is going to always be lower frequency rate, higher amplitude. So if you line up hi-hat, you're kind of almost modulating the kick in itself by providing that over. So if you tune it to the same amplitude and frequency rate that it would normally have at a lower frequency spectrum, you can definitely get a lot more click out of it for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll
100%.
phase correctly. And when I say hi-hat on kick, I'm not talking like it's like
Oh, that's what I was imagining.
No,
Yeah,
I was imagining like a fucking
no, it's
Just the clicks.
subtle. It's just adding more of a transient, and it's giving me more of a high end to the body. And if you're lucky, you'll get some width,
Right.
which is nice.
True. True, and you can have it pretty quiet.
Yeah,
and
it's-
have it just like kind of ticking.
Yeah, right.
Just at the beginning of your
Right.
tick.
More there just as a, as you said, tick.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the
Consider-
most recent track I did, I layered my kick 2 kick with just a kick that has a hi-hat already on it. So it was like a whole other layer. But once I got them to phase, it sounds so good. It sounds so, it's like halfway between like synthetic but real. It's like a perfect little mix, which is tight.
Yeah,
Like
we've
even-
been focusing on our kicks a little bit more because we were noticing in feedback, people would be like, yeah, the kick's kind of just like center, kind of boring.
It just sounds like a sine wave. And I'm like,
God.
you know?
That's
Yeah.
all of my kicks.
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean,
drummers, am I right?
well, I love my kicks, so it hurt my heart when people were like, the kick's kind of just a sine wave. I was like, no, it's not.
No, not.
I swear I distorted it.
I did some sort of fucking reverb on
It's
it.
clicked.
I really like having a little bit of width on my kicks.
Yeah, I'm gonna intrigued by
a little
that.
bit of room kind of vibe to it.
Mm.
Will make it stand out a lot more.
Definitely,
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, depends on the transients for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you reprint the image of just doing that overlayering sampling, like possibilities limitless.
Just like the movie.
Like I was saying, like the head that shut up. the head type of a kick drum definitely matters when you're doing analog recording. The beater as well. You have hard plastic,
Wait, what's a beater?
Beater is
No, I'm
the
just kidding.
That's what you do
drinking
every
Brett
night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
That's what bad boys are called.
This beater, I don't even know her.
Ooh.
No, so you have hard plastic beaters, and then they even still make lambskin kick drum heads, which are pretty expensive to buy, but they
those
end
the
up
one you
providing. No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I don't want to
thicker.
maintain that shit. But they provide a lot more warmth. Like if you're trying to do a little bit more low tempo stuff, ballad bands and stuff like that. A lot of drummers I know will do like lambskin
Okay.
because it's softer,
Oh.
softer cotton beater
Fuck
instead of
yeah.
a plastic hard clicker. Like for metal.
Yeah.
Um,
So like hip hop dudes or boom bap guys would probably prefer something like that, right? A little
Correct.
bit softer kick.
yep.
Feels like dusty
Bigger
or
shell. Like
something.
honestly, the kit that I have right now, Pearl Export. I have a 22-inch kick drum, and that thing. Yeah, I know it's huge. Yeah, Pearl Export is the name of the drum kit, but it's got maple shells, usually providing more of a warm timbre to it.
Because they're very dense.
Correct. 22 inches is ridiculously
That
big
is
though, so
massive,
it's
dude.
it's hard to pull tone from that.
It's just
I got an EAD. Yeah, no, it's just like
yeah, exactly. It's just pushing air. Yeah, right.
yeah.
But if you squeeze that bad boy, I bet it sounds real nice.
Nah, it's thoroughly oiled. Haha. But I have an EAD, a Yamaha EAD with that guy as well to actually remap that on a trigger to play a little bit higher of a tone on top of it, so it gives me
Oh.
clickiness and I don't have to fuck up my heads.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Mhm.
That's
Wow.
called a producer in action, folks.
Mhm.
Actually, that's more of an engineer.
That's
Yeah.
more of a nerd in
action. Let me know if you have any homework to do. I do $20 a word.
$20 a word?
Yeah.
Hope it's not English.
Yeah, I hope it's not math
Oh,
either
God.
because I don't make any money on that shit.
Yeah.
Right. Unless
wash.
they're word questions. They're word questions.
I hope so.
Those are the worst ones.
That's where I make my money.
Always trying to trick you. Fucking word problems.
Dude.
Imaginary numbers. Hate them.
Don't be
Dude.
so negative.
Yeah. You haven't
I'm
even
sorry,
reached.
imaginary numbers. Don't cancel me.
I mean, there's levels beyond that. There's the octonians, dude.
Yeah,
I don't even-
Octavians.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
8-dimensional number system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you
Eric Weinstein? Why, yes, I am.
Sure.
No.
See, I thought you were
Terrence
Caleb.
Howard?
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Terrence Howard. I'm not nearly as educated or full of patents.
Yeah. Full of patents for sure.
Full of patents. Shout out Terrence Howard.
Honestly. Shout out.
There are no straight lines.
There are no straight lines, dude. If you look close enough,
Even drawn by a machine. There's some sort of undulation that's going on.
That's true.
I was thinking when he was talking about there are no straight lines when you look really, really close at like automation. I was just digital
Oh.
yeah.
stepping
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bit mapping.
technically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can
In
only
the
get
digital.
down-
Go ahead.
No, you first. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
In the digital world, it's literally just zeros and ones. It's
Yeah.
all
Right.
fucking little
It's not a
steps.
straight
It's a
line.
matter of
least in-
fluctuation or not.
At least until we get to quantum computing. Can you imagine
Oh.
the DAW in the quantum?
Oh my god.
I don't think it would be
Dude,
feasible,
quantum dot.
honestly.
How
There's
big?
no need for it.
Yeah, there's not.
Not yet.
I mean, yeah, no, that's a third dimensional construct conceptualization.
Since we're gonna be like early on to that wave, we're gonna be like, yo, dude, I got this quantum computer, and it's like 7 feet tall and takes up like a fourth of your bedroom.
Yeah, and needs
But it's
like,
gonna be worth it for the time being because
Right.
we're gonna be like, dude, I'm going quantum.
You have to set it in
generates
a
a square wave.
completely different room.
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be like temperature controlled, and you need like a 220. You need a dedicated fucking.
Literally 5,000 bits
circuit.
per nanosecond fucking bit rate. Resampled
Imagine-
square wave.
Imagine how well fucking Overwatch runs, though, dude. So smooth, no lag. Actually, it's up to your internet at that point. So
Still fucked.
yeah,
You have a
Still
quantum
fucks,
computer,
yeah.
but like shit ass internet.
Yeah. That's a bummer, dude.
You just turn it
And I
into a
couldn't
fucking
afford the
analog
T1.
modulator. Yeah, the T1.
Dude, a T1 line would be fucking beautiful. This podcast would never have any bitrate issues ever.
Nah,
Speaking
Twitch
of this,
servers still.
well, that's true.
Not to
shit.
denote Twitch servers. Sorry, you guys do pretty good.
Mhm.
I'm not willing to build one, so
Quick
job.
shout out to G Javivi
what are you looking at?
GG
GGV
Vive.
Gigavive. I don't know. Followed us.
Gigavive.
What
Shout
is-
out. Thanks
oh.
for the
I think
follow.
it's GG, yeah. GG Vive.
Keep those coming, guys. Keep the follows coming. I see all of you in chat right now. I can see you.
Every time you follow, Caleb gets to try and pronounce your name.
That's true.
You get to
That's true.
enjoy that experience.
And I might do it in an accent. So
He might.
He also gets a new mole.
on my butthole each time.
Oh, why on your butthole? That's not good.
No, it's fine.
Get
It
that
adds-
checked out, though.
It's called a butt mole.
Yeah.
A butthole.
Oh.
It adds like nice texture.
Not an orifice, textually. Technically, texturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes wiping, interesting.
Yeah. I bet. Hell yeah.
Like, what is that? Oh, it's the mole.
You can buy his book online.
You can. But enough about my book.
Yeah.
It's not done yet, actually, guys.
It's great, though.
I will be doing a book tour, though.
The world isn't ready.
No,
One day.
the world is not ready, dude.
Will you have Terrence Howard sign it? I feel like he should.
I mean,
Should. Oh,
he's the one writing it. It's okay.
sorry.
I don't mind touching weenuses.
Okay.
This
Folks.
is really the fucking porn lounge.
Yeah, no,
tonight.
this
What
is
happening?
this is past hours. It's the immature lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The immature lounge.
As long as you're over 12, you're gonna have the propensity of attention span to keep up with us.
Let's go.
Hey.
No Call of Duty players welcome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck those dudes. If you
Shots
played
fired.
Black Ops 2, you can hang, but
Yeah,
New School, no.
nah.
That
Anyway,
is some production talk right there, folks.
what
You're
else have you guys been excited about as far as the world of either digital or analog?
I've been exploring, and it feels wrong every time, but
More porn?
more porn. Just even back to that. Here we go.
Yeah, nice. What's
We
the
actually
sheesh
talked about it a hint last week, but stealing a the transient from my snare in the song and just pasting it as my kick transient if my kick isn't doing it for me. It feels like sloppy and wrong and scary and just like dirty. But it's
Everything's
working
possible.
and it sounds good.
Yeah, no, I mean, if everything sounds good initially, I don't see any issue with that. Like,
Right?
that sounds pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
It's almost like the whole thing that we've been talking about this whole time.
Weird.
It's kind of like you know
It's like
how
crazy
people,
that you didn't bring that up already.
He just did, dude. Crazy.
People
I'm
do
saving
like
it, dude.
Saving it.
Saving it now that we got done talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. People will do like reverse, like kicks reverse snares, like every other beat, just to emphasize like a snare beat. Yeah, it's almost kind of the same kind of application of that in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Finding ways to add emphasis in certain and something that kind of gets me going, and I don't even know if it's like there's any merit to it, but something about if your transients are the same of the kick and snare, those will always just hit in a very similar way. Because a lot of the music we make, you don't necessarily want, those two elements to overpower each other.
Right.
And typically the music I make is breakbeat, so I want both those transients to just fucking
Send. Yeah.
Yeah, pop.
But then also, is it boring because I'm just using the same transient?
See, this is
No.
where
Will
I
anybody
struggle.
notice?
No.
That's where I struggle with trying to cover up too much with utilization of compression. Because compression, it being a completely primordial enveloped, dynamic manager in a sense. You have attack release. You have the propensity of letting some of your samples out at a certain time versus when you want stuff to bleed over.
Correct.
So doing multiple different tracks of compression, really, like you can put a fart rack on stuff, and still make it sound good and poppy, compared to the rest of your track, as long as your master brings that out.
I've been intrigued to use a compressor send.
Pressure.
I know. I was yep. Thank you, Dylan.
You're welcome.
Where's the?
Fizbo.
Damn it.
Whoa, we don't use that one often.
Yeah, but I don't
That
know
was
where
nice.
the let's talk compression one is. I can't remember where that
Oh,
is.
a different page, I'm sure.
Just keep
Yeah.
hitting them.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys got.
Hit them all at once.
We've done that too many times before.
This is how I
You
play
guys need
video
a hammer.
games.
Yeah, you straight need a hammer.
Yeah.
Like a small ball peen.
Small ball peen. Yeah, like
Get an after hours
2
400
pounds.
one too. It's after hour.
that's actually not a bad idea at all.
Hell yeah.
I've been toying. I haven't done it yet because I haven't done a mix of any of the recent tracks that I've made. I'll just kind of make them and do a quick mix so I can print it, and then I'll just move on. But when I go back to mix a couple of these tracks, I want to try doing a compressor send that I can basically do a New York kind of compression idea on the whole mix to try and see if
completely
for
cutting
example.
out the mid bands, boosting low and high.
Things like that, but also really trying to get the wash of the compressor, a good pump.
Okay.
So it depends on the song. One song might need more attack, and another song might need a lot more pump, depending on it. Usually I've found when it comes to the high end, because that's where I'm going to hear it the most most of the time, because it's the highest energy, so the compressor is going to be catching those things
Get more
first.
texture, yeah.
Right. So I've been, because I don't use a lot of compression at all. I limit and I clip.
Limiting it as a form of compression.
It's true. It's just for faster things.
No, it's
Yeah,
not,
right.
Dylan.
Okay,
God.
fine. Sorry. I didn't ask to be born.
You're
I just work
wrong.
here.
No, he is correct. actually.
Where's the wow button on that?
Oh,
Wow.
there it was.
There it is. Thank you.
There it is.
Oh!
Cool. Noted.
Sound master.
I'm relearning it. It's been a minute, yeah. Too much.
But yeah, I normally don't compress at all, and I feel like sometimes at the end of my mix it feels kind of rigid. Not that I'm like against it, but I'm intrigued to kind of juice in a little bit of pump underneath. And I've done similar things by using reverb sends or distortion sends. But I haven't tried it with compression because I like what compression can do with the release. And depending on what model you're using, but like an optical, like the shit's so fast that you can get such a fun pump with the release.
Yeah, optical's nuts.
Yeah, they're out of control.
Linear, optical, and what is it? Not parallel. Digital? FET? I can't remember that
FET's
third one.
slow, I think. I can't remember their fucking. I don't
want to look it up,
compress
but
that much.
Yeah.
You can look it up if you want.
Okay, cool.
You can be our Jamie for right now.
I know there's optical and linear. Optical is definitely one of the fastest. I have a guitar pedal from Electro Harmonics. It's called the Warden, which is an optical compressor.
That's sick.
That's a good name.
Yeah, the Warden.
Yeah,
Straight up. It really I can reroute some of my output from one of my mixer channels back into this compressor, the Warden. And then reroute it back into and record a flat print image of what it would do.
Okay.
And it also adds tonality to it as well, like a little bit of timbre.
Sure.
It is one of the
Some
best
color.
guitar pedals I've ever bought. Shout out Electro Harmonic sponsor.
Shout
Sponsor
out.
them. Nice.
Everybody go buy 3 of their pedals.
Wow.
Or buy 3 of the same pedal. Why not?
The Warden, Avalanche Run, and the Aqua Chamber. Great fucking pedals.
Boom. There's your 3.
A C machine.
Welcome back to the Guitar Lounge, folks.
Let's go, Dylan. Yeah, it's the Guitar Lounge.
Yeah, the Guitar Lounge.
BDSM Guitar Lounge.
Dan.
It's whatever lounge we fucking want it to be.
Play Freebird 2.
No.
Oh.
It's not the 4th of July yet.
Oh, we're close.
No
We are.
stairway.
Oh, yeah.
Did you find the answer yet?
No, I'm still working on it.
Let's get a little more dead air in here. Ready? Is that the floor?
Yeah, that's the floor.
That's the noise floor.
I fucking
got some
dictate
rhythm
the
to
floor.
That's tape noise, folks.
That's
free
my heartbeat
for you to use. Go ahead and sample that, guys.
Yeah, if I'm adding a reverb to my tune in like a send sort of a way, I will typically have distortion, compression, and EQ on it as well. So you get a little bit of that same kind of effect.
Right, that same kind of juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I will not
try and
compress
get it
those
that way.
reverbs.
I feel
Should
like
do
that's
that.
dangerous though, because like you can create a lot of propensity for what people would call mud.
Ooh.
You get a lot of over the top transients.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
It depends on what levels you're putting it at,
Yeah.
and kind of where you're putting it in the mix for
Yeah.
sure.
It will always be very quiet when I use full track reverb. Send kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
I'll send it in pretty hot, and then I'll just turn it way the fuck down
Exactly.
whenever I'm done.
Same.
enough.
Like if I can hear it in the garage, it's too loud. Like
No, for
there's
sure.
too much reverb. I want to like hear it in headphones only,
For
and
sure.
barely,
No, for sure.
unless it's
A
like
little,
a thing that needs to be in
accoutrement,
reverb.
little garnish.
Headphones
right.
is really the tell.
Yeah.
You throw some headphones on when you have a little reverb on your tune, you're gonna hear
Yeah.
that fucking reverb. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
100%.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I like sitting in my studio. I'm like, sounds I can barely hear it. Throw headphones on later. You're like, fuck.
It's so loud.
I always try and turn it down. It's not turned down enough.
Yeah.
So, are you doing automation on your reverb, or are you just letting it ride?
I'll just let it ride. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll do
Filter
and I've said this before. I'll do like a wide, quick, short guy, and then something that's a little bit slightly more mono, still wide,
Wide as far as the bands?
as the stereo.
Stereo. Okay.
Yeah. So something that's supposed to be a short, like close reverb, and then something that's a really far away reverb, and then I will send things into both of those according to where they are in the mix. So something that's further back will get a little bit more into the back one, and they'll both get both.
Right.
So it's just kind of trying to give it a little bit more atmosphere.
Okay.
And then I'll EQ the fuck out of it to try and like make sure it's not getting in the way of the low end.
Okay.
Bunch of things like that.
Got the bass amplitude.
Yeah, and you never know. You might throw even like a sidechain on there if you want. I probably don't typically.
Okay.
Because I want a little bleed on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like my shit to be extra sparkly clean. I want it to be grimy, you know? So like
sparkle is more the parsley on top of the spaghetti, it's got that little extra flavor additive.
It makes it really does add like some serious depth to it.
But it's not going to be the whole dish or throughout the whole dish.
No.
Yeah.
It's only on top.
You never,
The garnish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise it's not special.
Correct.
It's not a usage of tone accent.
Yeah, and it almost should be like subliminal. Like it's just
Kill
there.
Your parents. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's subliminal.
But also like kind of recreating the vibe that you get from sampling. Like for example, the almond break sounds cool because when people repeat it, it's unnatural because the reverb stops and starts and stops and starts. Like the room is constantly moving with the thing. So having that like
that was actually done with compression, just so you know. Yeah.
Having the idea of a room without really like hearing it, and like creating the depth,
right? Manufacturing
subtly.
a digital space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yep, it is a lot of work, but yeah. No,
Well, it has a
good vibe
room.
on
It's a room with compression on it.
it.
So
Right.
Exactly.
you're getting natural reverb
Yeah.
in something like that.
So yeah.
But
just
in
like
the
white
DAW, you don't get that.
Yeah.
Right. Some
So you have
people,
to
I mean,
create it.
you print the sound with reverb and then you just tail it off and fade it, and then it's usable.
Sure.
Right.
Doesn't count, create that existence of mud.
Yeah. I use a lot more reverb now than I was about a year ago. But
It's good texture.
I like to try and save some of the reverb usage for that group and have everything kind of more dry.
Gotcha.
If possible, so that way everything gets kind of a similar vibe altogether.
Oh, yeah. Also, the three different types of compression: nonlinear, linear, and optical.
Oh, okay.
So we were close.
Yeah, we were close. We were missing one.
Also, do you guys know the difference between stereo and mid-side and mono?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to explain it for?
Do you want to?
I feel like I don't. If you brought the question up, that makes me feel like I don't know.
Mid and side. Mid is basically the conglomeration of two, left and right channel, basically equivocally throwing up the same signal. Side channel is the difference between the two. So when you have
The
stereo
polar opposite.
information, yes. So if you have more things coming through your left channel than your right channel, your sides are going to be all out of,
Right.
all
It's
out
the
of
difference
whack, all out of
between the
funk.
two.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
And mid is literally almost unanimous with mono in the sense that those two signals between the left and the right speaker concerned on a 2-1 are going to be the same information.
Yeah, they're identical. So
Identical.
they sum to mono.
Thank
Correct.
God. I thought you were about to just break my brain for
Nah.
a second. I was like, yes, I actually do understand. Woo.
Yeah.
Pop quiz, folks.
Yeah.
You were talking about stereo information, and it just got me thinking. Because a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people assimilate side with stereo, but it's not technically really stereo.
No,
Right.
It's just it's the mean difference between the left and the right.
which is fun to fuck with.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
It
yeah.
can actually help your stereo mix out quite a bit, focusing on sides.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I when I was fucking with my kick drum earlier, like I said, I was doing a kind of a more side heavy kick drum or a wide kind of
Which is usually
secondary layer.
Yeah.
I threw on a little mid-side splitter and just turned the mids down and cranked my sides up a little bit, just because I don't need it really getting in the way of the mids on my regular kick, and then it can still add the width to it, and then then you distort it after that all together.
Give
Really
a little
get
bit, a little bit of tone.
Nice and crunchy.
Yeah.
Another thing I was like throwing a quick mix on this tune today, and going through every single one of my channels, and just making sure I wasn't getting like bleed into the low end on things that I didn't want to do that, and I was making sure that I was throwing linear EQs on everything, and I was noticing, looking at my limiter that was after that EQ, whenever I switched it over to linear, it pulled the volume right back down to where it was. It would be like,
in a compressive
I would
sense,
have my high pass on there, and then it would boost the volume of that signal, and then I'd change it to linear, and it would pull it back down to where it was before, which is fucking...
Linear is sick, yeah.
Linear.
Especially for digital.
Yeah,
for
linear,
sure.
especially
Saves you a lot of
for
time.
stuff that's fast.
Yep.
Like, you got to be
Oh, yeah.
using that.
Yep.
The only thing you got to worry about is pre-ringing, but like,
Yeah.
if you run into that, you're running into other things first.
That's what linear processing is. It's basically everything has a form of compression on it, especially analog equipment. It's just a matter of how fast it's going to pull it down, or how fast it's going to compress, how fast it's going to release the actual signal in itself. So a lot of analog equipment and linear in itself, being most of the analog equipment fundamentals, are going to be, high attack, long attack, short release. So you're focusing on less of the actual transient compression. You're focused more on the actual transients itself, and then everything else that's a tail end, it's bringing it down.
Right.
Which is pretty common in tube and tape.
Okay. That makes sense.
A lot of
Sense
people
why
use
I
that
like
for the
tube and
drums
tape.
shit. Yeah.
I like both those.
Yep.
I use those more than any other type of distortion.
Shout out to retro.
Shout out. I even have a reel-to-reel that's super fun to distort things on, but
Do you?
yeah, I got to get the
We need
heads
to use
cleaned.
that more.
Is that
I have to get the heads. Actually, it's not the heads. The heads are fine. It's the left and the right channel knobs.
Oh, the necks, of course, not the head. The
Right,
necks.
the necks.
yeah, not the
Yeah.
readers.
Um,
The shoulders, even.
Something's dirty, or something where the left side will just fade out. Yeah, it's something got messed with the pots. I could probably just replace the pots.
Get some deoxit.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. But there's
shout
also
out Sam Kennison. You could get some amyl nitrate and clean the actual readers. Amyl nitrate, also known
I
as
have some.
poppers. Okay, cool.
yeah. I have a little head cleaner,
sure.
and I was like,
if you need extra pots, you can speak after. I can help you out.
okay,
Yeah.
word. Well, yeah. There's also a place in town here in Greendale, Colorado, that does reel-to-reel like
Repair.
stuff. That's
Cool.
all they do is
repair.
tape gear. Yeah, and
Nice.
only stuff with tapes, which is fucking cool as fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, take advantage
but
of it while it exists.
When it does work, the distortion
Mhm.
coming out of that reel-to-reel
Sounds
is
nice.
It's insane, yeah.
so.
No, nitrate tape is something different.
It's crazy, dude. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
so warm, and like it doesn't blow out
Did
until
you
you
use
start to
that?
crank it. But
Did you use that on any Mona Lisa stuff, or did you
no,
get that after?
I got it after.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
shame!
yeah.
Just after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like
it's
2
never
months
worked.
after.
So
Yeah, I've only ran a couple of things through it.
You're like, no, it's not supposed to be on the left side. That's part
But-
of the lo-fi, dude.
it just falls, yeah.
What I did do is I was able to get one session in where I got a couple of the 808s that we made
Yeah.
at John's house on the analog gear, and I ran all of those through the tape machine before it started to like
crap out.
lose its shit. And so I have a couple 808s that I use all the time, and they're just fucking, they're analog, and then they're thrown through a tape, so they're just like the warmest fucking booties
Nasty.
ever. They're
Fucking
fucking
transients, yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice.
For the listeners out there, if you want those, hit up our Patreon.
Oh shit.
Patreon.
It's only $80 a month for
Wow.
tier 1. You know,
It's next
You
to
get
Arl sex
one
toys. That category. Nice. Sorry.
We like to have fun here, folks. But yeah, tape is sick.
tape is sick.
Mhm.
I also have a cassette
Tube is also sick.
guy Yeah. John has a tube module for his modular gear, and it's literally just a tube sticking out of it, and it's
Doesn't it light up?
oh yeah,
also?
it heats
Vacuum
up.
tube. Yeah, it's like high pressure sodium.
Yeah.
I
It can
forget
literally
the
like burn
filament
you
type.
if you touch it.
It sounds so cool.
Yeah, it would. Honestly, you're really encouraged not to touch tubes, even with a raw hand.
Yeah,
Even
you
if
don't
you're
want the
changing
oil on
them
it.
when they're inactive, correct? Because the oil will actually compromise the actual vacuum.
Yeah.
At least the tone of it. I have a tube amp with actually tube reverb for my guitar. It's 5 different tubes, 2 big guys, 3 little guys.
Nice.
And then 6 actually. Yeah, 1 smaller guy for the reverb.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Tube reverb, through that thing is kind of it's very, very interesting.
Do you ever run shit through it in an amp room?
You resample it, yes sir.
Sick.
Yep.
Hell yes.
It's
I
a
haven't
Black
busted
Star
mine
cab.
out in a while.
Yeah, yours is a tube amp.
Yeah.
Do you have tube reverb on it?
It has a spring reverb.
Ooh,
it's
still nice.
It's a Sears, like a 1960s
Yes.
Sears.
Oh my god.
Silvertone.
Beautiful.
It's sick as fuck.
It
It's
sounds
a
so
really
good.
really classic amp actually.
That's nice.
And I have replaced the tubes on it, but yeah, I haven't busted it out in a while. I've been meaning to do some miking up of tunes, or like I want to do some kind of sending of channels like I was talking about with reverb, but do it like
True
legitimately,
analog,
like
yeah.
actually mic up. Like I was thinking about miking up the garage.
Yep.
I've tried it one time and I liked what I was getting, but
Always try to make sure you have
I'm
a direct
too
send in
lazy.
those scenarios. Yeah, because even though you can mic a cab, you still have to deal with a lot of miking polarity.
Yeah, there's lots of
yeah.
stuff happening.
But like if you have a direct
God.
send as well, like that's honestly saved me so much time in the booth for having to go back and retrack shit.
Right, that is a good.
like recording
Too many
guitar
times.
and then just direct in and then reamping it with different things.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Right,
always
that
good
makes
to do a
sense.
double access as well.
A lot of
just
people do that
phase
shit.
canceled miking patterns.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, my amp's got a spring reverb on
45.
it too, and I don't have. I think I have a spring reverb in the DAW, but it does not sound good.
I have one from a Mesa Boogie if you guys want it.
Nice.
Some guy just kind of cut me out of taking my guitar knobs, but I was repairing his Mesa Boogie amp, and he just left his spring reverb. So since he was guilty about the knobs, he left this with me. It's all yours. No
That's
bad ties to
hilarious.
it. If you're watching, sorry. Come pick it up then. I don't care. It's whatever.
Yep.
It's whatever.
I've got a lot of really weird stuff like that though throughout the years being a repair tech.
Sure.
Yep.
How did you get that gig?
What, being a repair tech?
Yeah.
I was working at a mom and pop music shop in
okay.
Colorado Springs for quite some time.
Mm.
And just got noted as a luthier for quite some time. Moving back up here.
Yeah.
Used
Sick.
to fix a lot of guitars and amps and stuff.
Yeah,
Once people learn you can solder, it's pretty much game over.
Right.
Properly.
I worked at a guitar. I worked at a guitar shop for a couple months, and I started to get into like the repair side of it.
Yeah, I didn't know
but-
that.
Yeah, it was sick, except for the owner of the shop is an absolute bigot. He's an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, the one I worked for was
Like-
a old helicopter pilot from the Vietnam War. He was also a very I wouldn't say a piece of shit, but he wanted to skimp corners every single
Well, yeah,
day.
this-
He kinda, just like you own an airplane, of course you want to skimp corners.
Hey, this guy, anytime anybody slightly brown, he would run away
man.
to his thing and be like, you guys take care of that. I was like,
Jeez,
Just like
fucking
some of my friends'
Hey,
dogs.
yeah, I was like, but this guy could play the Telecaster like nobody I've ever seen.
What's
like
a Telecaster?
What's a Telecaster?
No, I said it's a Telecaster.
Oh, yeah,
Anybody can play that shit.
No, but
You're
like
a toddler on that shit. I'm sorry,
nice.
not to discredit your
no.
boss.
I mean, you can discredit him.
Tele-
He was a piece of shit.
Telecasters are really nice guitars.
Well,
though.
he just played
They're
it
the
like
mid-ground.
with such twang that I've never seen before. Like he'd play like old country Western style shit. I was like, whoa.
It's all those
that shit's
empathetic
hard.
It's
bigotry.
so hard.
Yeah.
And he's super far
Bam, bam,
back
bam,
on
bam.
the fucking pickups and shit. And I was like, whoa,
Huh.
you're really fucking good. But he was an absolute dirtbag.
Did he have a custom Telecaster or?
No, he was not that cool. He thought he was
See?
really
That's
fucking
what I'm
hot
saying.
shit.
Telecasters, fucking Telecaster.
Telecasters, dude.
No, they are one of the mid-ground guitars for pretty much anybody.
Right.
I love them.
I got a little 1 of 400 Telecaster over in the
Yeah, it's
studio
nice.
over
Nice.
there.
Oh yeah.
They do sound nice.
You have
You
to
use
let
it
me
on
do
every
some
track.
fingering on
I
it.
use it constantly.
Yeah,
dude.
Hell yeah.
dude.
He does
I
record.
have
guitar.
not picked that
You got a
thing up
single
in
humbucker
years.
on there or what?
It's 2 humbuckers,
Yep.
baby.
Oh damn! Wait, so you have 2 individual single
it's a
humbucker?
Tele Deluxe.
Yeah, there's
I
think.
singles.
Is it a pro shop?
No,
What's your body
it's
made out of?
a Mexican.
That's fine.
It's second best.
Yeah,
What's your body made out of, like wood-wise?
I don't know.
Okay.
it's
I don't
sparkly.
know. I
Probably
think
maple.
I think the neck is maple, and then
Yeah.
it's orange.
Do you-
it's sparkle
Oh, yeah.
orange.
Is
it's the orange one.
your fretboard natural maple as well? Or is it,
White.
Okay, yeah, no, natural maple. Fuck yeah,
Or
that's cool.
no, I think it's dark. Anyway,
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's all maple. 'cause
nobody
it's pretty
cares.
Fucking heavy.
We make electronic
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
That's why it's not being used in
Yeah.
every track.
Still, this is all
Don't
important
give a
for
fuck
analyzing
about that guitar
tones and
anymore.
how fucking fundamentals
true.
and harmonics
True.
pervade throughout.
True.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, yeah. As
Mm.
electronic music producers, we do. It's good to pay attention to replicating the physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
understand how Arl works.
Mm-hmm.
there's insane ways you can play with human psychology fucking with harmonics.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, being a level 40 sound design wizard, has figured out some insane shit.
Yeah. So
Take it from there.
I did a track in which I was rapping at the end. You guys know the Yarl Yanni kind of like, I don't even know.
You guys remember, like-
there's no technical theory for it. It's like some dude saying Larl. Some people hear Yanni.
Yeah.
It was like
there's-
a TikTok thing like 2 years ago or 3 years ago
Yep.
or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's this type of aural phenomenon that not a lot of people like actually have a word for. But like
Is there no word for it?
there actually is not. I looked it up quite extensively to see if this had been declared as a phenomenon. But yeah, I'm just calling it the Yarl Yanni. So basically, I recorded my vocals as a rap track, and rap is probably the easiest kind of genre to do this because there's not a lot of tonal fluctuation. I basically did a comb filter EQ type to it, to where it was boosting the fundamentals on my root note, which I kind of fluctuated with automation just slightly. But when you listen to it, a lot of people, like, I'm almost giving them a rhythmic guideline to be able to listen to this and place their own words to it. So you don't really actually have to focus on the lyrics itself. You're more focusing on the rhythmic guideline, and you can actually make your own rap if you want.
I actually have heard the original audio, and it is just.
It's gonna take off one day.
Throw a comb filter on that, put it on the fundamental, have it sway a little bit. People think
Yeah.
it's words, man.
Can I play an example real quick before we go deeper into it?
Sure.
Okay, so there's another one similar to the Yarl Yanni thing where it's Brainstorm or Green Needle.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Have you guys
Yeah,
heard that?
brainstorm.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it away from the mic.
No, put it in the mic so
Yeah,
I
put
can
it
hear
in
it.
the
Well, I don't want it to like.
Put
This
it next
is a
to the mic.
cardioid mic. You gotta yeah. Green needle, yeah, or brainstorm, or brainstorm.
Yeah.
So whatever you're listening for, you will hear.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's doing the
Oh,
same
sure.
audio every time, but sometimes it sounds like Brainstorm if you're listening for Brainstorm, or it sounds like Green Needle if you're listening for Green Needle.
Huh.
No,
Yeah, it's like the gold or blue dress.
Right.
Exactly,
Exactly.
It's
But
the
on a-
audio
or-
version
It's
of
an
that.
Yeah,
audio
exactly.
illusion.
yeah.
I hear the
Yeah.
dress.
See,
It
I
speaks
see
to me
the
every
green
night
needle.
in my dreams.
I hear a blue dress.
but then
See, you don't hear brainstorm from that?
no, I hear them both. I hear
Yeah,
'em
yeah,
both.
for sure.
Yeah,
And it's
same.
a matter of perspective on that shit, which
Yeah.
is really interesting because it's like fundamental and harmonic frequencies in a comb filter type that you can place your own value of meaning to it, but you're giving almost like a rhythmic and tonal guideline to it.
Right.
But that's what fucks me up is like, why does just a comb filter added onto a thing give it a completely different, like, because green needle compared to brainstorm, as far as like when you're saying it, like it sounds so different.
The phonetics are
insanely different.
Yeah, they're very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some scientist could easily be like, well, the hair is in your ear because of how closely placed all these syllables are.
My mom is a what?
Exactly.
Green needle? My mom's a green needle? No.
I said greedy bitch.
But this fucking legend over here has literally been playing with that concept in music, which I've never seen anyone do.
Because like Coleman do kind of have a specific type of fundamental track that they like to do. I mean, they stick still on harmonic frequencies from a root amplitude. They sweep it up and down if you want, which is how a lot of people get that like overtone kind of sweep sound to it. But I feel like fundamental frequencies, especially when you have them in a scalular pattern, that they provide a little bit more intuition in how you want to design a sound.
How does that correlate to like words though? Like,
because like your voice in itself, you still have residual overtones, residual harmonics that happen from it just with you speaking.
Right.
So
but it seems way more complex than just like a comb or a scale.
It gets to be a bitch because this is where digital technology comes in handy, as you can amplify those higher frequency spectrums of harmonic fundamental frequencies on a scale. You know, you got C major scale, for instance, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's still going to play to a frequency spectrum when you EQ it.
How'd you remember that?
I mean, my parents kept me chained in the basement and made me memorize all 12 scales fundamentally for the American side. Yeah, thank you, parents.
Oh, is that true?
No, not at all.
Oh,
why would my parents keep me
Obviously,
chained up?
the key of C major is the white ones. Right.
Yeah, you have no black. Jesus.
Wow.
No black keys.
What
this is a totally
bigot.
PC show. Yeah, whatever.
Jesus.
That was just a good example, but at the same time, basically what you're doing on that and playing that scale is going up the fundamental, frequency series.
Right.
So if you're able to take away with technology or analog or digital, you're able to isolate frequencies that shouldn't have the amplitude they have and amplify them a little bit more. So your fundamental actually could start 500 hertz, which is actually really hard to do just normally with any given analog instrument. You could take that, amplify it past its capability. Still going to have a lot better mixability because it's not as long as a frequency range, even though you're still boosting the amplitude.
Right.
It's a lot. I don't know. It's kind of a head trip.
Yeah, it's
I feel like I'm lost.
Quite the rabbit hole.
Definitely learn your scales. It helps with EQing, it helps with mixing, and you actually learn what harmonics like play with each other because, you don't want to do some jazz shit when you're mixing. You boost a seventh, position note in a scale with your root. You're still going to have fluctuation, but fluctuation usually occurs, on strong notes like the third, the fourth, the fifth. They call it perfect fourth, perfect fifth for a reason. Perfect fifth is literally the exact antithesis of a root note. That you're not going to want to boost something that's on a seventh as much as you want to boost something that's on a fifth or a third, making basically a chord. Yeah, intervals. Yeah, learn intervals, harmonics. Then use digital technology to boost out those different spectrums for sure.
Some level of theory is nice.
It is,
especially if you're
important.
Not born with like
even with
golden
mixing.
ears.
I mean, I think both are important. Ears and intellectual attention.
Right.
Yeah.
The knowledge.
Correct.
Even if you're not using it to understand your music, like, oh, I'm going from like a diminished 7 to this add 9 or like whatever kind of thing.
This D flat major add 13 with a 9.
Oh, it's so jazzy.
If you can just understand those like basic concepts of like what makes harmonics and what makes a chord and why those harmonics correlate, which is like very, very simple music theory. Right?
Intervals is what they
Intervals,
call them.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't even
Power
know the
chords.
basic stuff.
So
enough,
take a
but-
C again to
Dude,
C
it's-
to an F. That's technically a perfect fourth.
Right.
Yeah.
They call that tonal quality suspended.
Yep.
So a lot of like old school Gregorian, Baroque
Bringing up
music.
Gregorian, dude. Let's
Yeah.
big up, dude.
Oh, is that where Gregorian chants come from?
Yes,
that's a
correct.
scale?
They burned a lot of Gregorian chants because they were deemed too powerful.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
they were tuned to 432 hertz.
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
probably.
They
The technical
raised-
term past Schumann is 430.8, but that's fine.
They ripped a hole in space time.
Yeah.
Correct.
Chant these.
The Nazis didn't even know the actual temporal fucking
Yeah, so-
temperament tuning. It's great.
Doom, the game. That's what happened.
Yes.
Yes.
They opened
Oh.
a portal to hell.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Also,
Easy on that 430.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy.
I brought it up again, but every time we bring up Doom, I need to bring it up. Their little Easter egg at the end of it.
Which
Do you,
one?
do you remember?
Which Doom?
I think Doom
'Cause it-
3.
Was it the original?
No, one of the newer ones, or Doom
Okay,
Eternal.
gotcha.
I don't know Doom,
Yeah, I
but
haven't
one of the
played Doom
more
recently.
recent ones. The main theme.
Those are the eternal ones. Doom 3, technically, that's like 2006
It might be
or
I
8,
honestly have
which
no idea.
that one's the best one in my opinion. I don't really like the new ones. They were too arcadey for
Okay.
me. But
I know it's.
It was Duke
Yeah.
Nukem Rebirth.
Dude,
like,
I know it's
Nukem.
on the more recent side, but I don't know if it's the newest because I'm not keeping up.
sure.
But they do this really fucking cool thing, and anyone can pull this into their DAW. You just download the Doom main theme title.
Oh yeah, I
Title
remember
song.
this now. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last like 30 or 40 seconds or whatever, they do some weird thing. We're going full circle because you were talking about like mid-side and stereo shit, and now we're going back into this. If you just play the song through, it just sounds like weird, chaotic, like screams in hell, like on brand for Doom. But if you only play the mono signal, it collapses into some sort of like just little melody.
So fucking
That sounds
cool.
really silly. Yeah.
Yeah,
the dude who
just in
did
the back end.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
dude who did the soundtracks for the last two Dooms is an absolute nerd.
Yeah.
Like
he
an
has to be.
Absolute
Yep.
beast.
Oh my god.
Like it's out of control.
So if anybody at home wants to do this real quick, download the Doom song, throw it into your DAW, and then just play it in mono, and then just play only the stereo and listen to the difference, or even just normal, because the outro is only stereo. It has no mono. It's like weird. fucked up
Oh
shit.
right,
I
so you
think
have
his
to
Name was
sum
Mick,
it in.
Mick Gordon,
Yeah.
I believe.
I can't remember his name.
I'm pretty sure it's Mick Gordon. He did at least the original. I think they brought him back on when they were doing the Doom Eternal stuff.
Okay,
too.
okay, so it is the OG guy.
I think so. Here, hold on, let me.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was a kid, I played Doom 1 and 2.
Dude, I never
and-
played them.
I mean,
I'm missing out.
I was like 6, dude.
Oh.
Like I didn't
I've
really.
put it on a
That-
TI
did that
83
scar you?
before.
Did it scar me?
Did
No,
that scar you
no.
as a kid?
It wasn't scary at all.
Nice.
There was a game that was much more scary than that, and it wasn't scary. It's more jump scares, which I call
Minecraft.
startles.
Startles.
It's not really scary.
So startled.
It's startling. Because
Yeah.
like I'm not like scared of a video game. Like I know it's a
Yeah.
video game.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, what's behind me? Like
Yeah.
I'm more like, oh shit. But there was
Chris Verena actually did that.
Chris Verena.
Former drummer of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh,
what?
Fucking goddamn
course.
drummers. And Clint Walsh also.
Fucking drummers.
Wow.
Yeah, Doom 3 soundtrack. Chris Verena and Clint Walsh.
Let's go.
And then,
I think it was Doom 3.
yeah, Doom 3.
But there
feel like
was
that makes
this there was this game that came out in the 90s that used the Doom engine, and it was you were Noah and you were on the ark
Oh.
and you had to go find all the animals that were outside of their pens and stuff, and the
What?
animals would just annihilate you. Like if you came across a giraffe or anything, it would just fucking destroy you.
He's trying to coax in a lion.
But-
T-Rex. Wait,
Actually,
you don't
the
go on
lions
the
were
ark?
chill, dude.
A brontosaurus,
Yeah,
No,
you
but-
don't get to come on here.
they would just pop out of doors and just full pace just run at you, and it was the scariest shit.
Mm.
When I was a kid, I'd fucking freak out every
Yeah,
time. I'd be like,
yeah.
ah! Like, fucking got me off guard every time.
Right.
Not the giraffe. But you could put on the full armor of a god.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Uh,
Me every day.
Shout out.
Wearing the armor of the gods.
It's just a Speedo. It's like the Borat swimsuit.
Yeah, right. A shoulder
It's
thong.
enchanted, so I don't need much more than that.
No,
You're
it's got
just-
like
you're just
plus
getting
10
your
stamina.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm built for speed, not for need.
Well, that seems like a good note to end on.
Yeah.
Being built for speed.
Hell yeah.
So Twitter gave us some questions, but they're kind of shit. So maybe we can skip them. But
I mean,
let's
it's
do them
Twitter
quick.
though. Yeah.
Let's do them
Why
quick.
you gotta
Send
degrade
'em.
the quality of questions?
dude, sometimes Twitter just doesn't
Yo.
deliver. You know?
Unless they're like, how many licks does it take to get my dad to come back?
Iron Maiden sent us a question.
Whoa.
God damn.
Damn.
The question
legit
is-
Iron Maiden?
Which lead guitarist?
It's Iran Maiden.
Iran Maiden.
It's a different thing.
Not to be confused with Iraq Maiden.
Correct.
Actually,
Oh.
Or
actually
Kuwait
a
Maiden.
dope project
Kuwait
name,
Maiden.
Iran
Turkey
Maiden.
Iran Maiden is pretty fucking good,
It's
actually.
pretty good.
What about Maiden Iran?
Maiden Iran? Nothing's
Oh.
Made in Iran, dude.
I'm sorry, Maiden Iran.
Lots
Made
of
in
things are
iron.
made
Get on.
Yeah, anyway, go on.
They say, are Sens overrated or underrated?
That is such a that is a benign question.
It is kind of a benign question.
I like that word.
I
I named a song Benign.
I'll think of it. I'll think of it like this:
really dumb,
like, how much of a Send user are you, from a scale from 1 to 10? I'll go first. A 5.
I would
Wow.
say like I'm probably a 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
It
sitting.
depends on context,
Correct.
honestly. Like you got to think of sends and returns as being an absolute bypass to everything that you're doing as far as your mix,
Right.
And your grouping of stuff. That's take Ableton as an instance. You can group a track. That is technically when you group a track, that is a send.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So it's hard to.
If you do it that way, I'm an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, digital
Right.
terms
Do that
definitely 8
all
or
the
9
time.
for sure. If it's analog terms, maybe 5 or 6.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean,
That's
we're using them
textural.
here in the studio.
Yep.
we are.
Yeah. I'm in a similar boat where I never touch the sends in Ableton where you can send to those groups at the bottom. But I will duplicate my audio for that section and do a full reverb or a full delay and then tune it there, which is kind of it's a parallel.
Right.
Yeah,
printed
it's
send.
parallel,
It's a
absolutely.
printed send
Yeah.
or something.
That is exactly what sends and returns are.
Right.
Yeah, they're
utilized
just not
for 100%.
printed.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
do that fucking nonstop.
Well, they will be
It's a good move.
eventually, but yeah.
Okay. Well, next question comes from a bunch of fireflies in a city of owls. They say. They say. Bzzz.
Damn,
Don't
great
forget the
question.
Oh, let me translate that.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Careful how you say that, because that was racist right there.
You're right.
Very subtle difference.
Only on the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
Come on, dude. It's fine. It's accepted.
If you could produce hyper clean or hyper dirty, what side do you choose?
Again, contextually sensitive question.
Yes, quite.
Well,
I lean. Ooh, it's like
clean
right
and
in
dirty
between.
are such terrible.
Yeah, they're not very good descriptors.
Yeah,
but
this is.
I like the juxtaposition between the two of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I like having something
know
super
what
clean
they
right
mean.
next to something that's buzzy and fuzzy and covered in fucking sauce.
Mhm.
You know,
Covered in bees.
adding more harmonics.
having the
Without
contrast.
smoking meth.
Having the contrast rich in every possible spot that I can
Mhm.
is usually where I go. And if I can have that contrast between clean and dirty, then so be it.
Yep.
But I'm not particularly trying to make things dirty like if I'm making lo-fi. Like I like having some things clean, some things dirty.
I mean, again, shout out Dan Warhol for making one of the loudest tracks ever. Yeah.
Yep. Dan.
And wow.
Wow. He and he still maintains such a crazy clean fidelity as far as his stereo mix, his side mix.
Yep.
It's all square waves.
And it's like +3 LUFS.
Yep. Exactly.
He won the loudness war.
He sure did.
One foul swoop.
There's really no such thing as digital threshold. And there obviously is a noise floor and a noise ceiling, but like
Right. It's arbitrary.
Context sensitive, yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Conquer's
Conquer's bad for a day. Shout out. Context
Oh,
sensitivity.
my God.
Yeah, no. The first experience you have in that is meeting a scarecrow called Birdie. You end up pissing on him, unfortunately.
Oh.
And then he goes, "You see that button over there? That's what you call context sensitivity. It's only relative when it needs to be relative.
Dude,
so
of
go
course.
ahead and step on that
Of
when it's
course
relative."
you know about Conquer's bad
Oh
for
yeah,
a day.
I still have
Like-
an N64 cartridge of it.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single
game
thing I've
ever.
ever brought up in conversation with you that you didn't know something about.
Maybe. I don't know.
You're insanely knowledgeable about all of this shit.
He's a
It's
well-versed
mind-blowing.
man.
Which is
Yeah.
the kind of person who just becomes the most hyper nerd of music, which is why you're one of the best guests to have. Like, because you just
Not enough
you know.
hugs in my childhood, honestly. I spent all that time just learning shit.
Oh, so that's how you become a good producer.
Just reading a
Yep.
lot.
No
yeah.
hugs.
No hugs. Never any contact.
Hurt people make
I
good
like
art.
to keep translucent.
Dave,
I
do you
would-
have an opinion on this?
I would quit.
I would quit.
Okay. He would quit.
I don't like either of those things.
Yeah, that's fair. Wait, translucency?
No, hyper clean or hyper dirty.
Oh, yeah. No, again.
I would just
You just be like,
play
nah.
instruments.
How about hyper pop?
Oh, so you'd go dirty then?
No.
I would say you're on more of a format of clean, but utilizing what they call dirty as a
Yeah.
little bit more
I'm
of
definitely
a
in between these
content-
things, but that wasn't the question.
Like,
Nope.
yeah, no, for sure.
I would literally quit.
Fuck it, I'm gonna
either
become a
of those
painter now.
things.
Just like the OJ trial, he pleads the fifth.
Yeah.
He did not plant evidence.
Yep. The glove does not fit. You must have quit.
You know, it's a knit kip cap. Knit kip.
A knit kip.
It's the knit kip.
I think I always lean towards wanting it to be clean because I look up artists who I consider to be super clean.
For sure. Fidelity.
But then
That's
I
the
make
main-
it super
main goal of the
clean.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like it becomes like sterile when it's too clean.
Sure.
So you want shit. So I always do it where I
Contrast.
make it super clean and then like now it's gross and weird and digital. So
Super
then I
clean
fuck
is
shit up. And
What
it's-
you did, or not you, but what people were trying to do
One-
in the
one
early
would do.
2000s.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why hip-hop
And
was
it
so
was
bad.
boring.
Yeah.
But we still utilize a very large concept, especially with distortion and stuff like that. We still utilize this into mixes that we try to make clean.
Mhm.
It is a textual thing that is entirely context sensitive and needs to be addressed in its formidable values.
Oh.
Punk music recorded
Oh.
on a shitty tape fucking player. Fucking
4 miles away.
Make some
just-
shit that literally just makes no sense to somebody else. Liam Lynch, good example. Recorded a lot of his fucking actual master mixes on a fucking shit tape recorder. It's just like whatever.
Right.
Like that's the timbre. That's the tone
exactly.
texture. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what works for that.
There's this guy that my brother and his band toured with back in the day. I think he's still out there. His name is Reverend Deadeye. And he's a one-man band. And he sings through a can. And it sounds sick.
What?
It sounds
Hell
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a can that he puts on the microphone with holes in it.
That's awesome.
And he fucking
Call back to old school Harman
Right.
fucking harmonica microphones.
Right,
Yeah.
and it sounds, it fits the
crazy.
vibe perfectly every single time. Like when you see him live, you're like, "Holy shit, we're in a different era."
Does
like
he do it
what-
live?
Yeah,
Also?
yeah, and he has
Whoa.
a Bible that he uses as a kick drum.
Oh shit.
It's ridiculous. It's like
A
this
Bible.
bound up
Is it
Bible
the
that he
St.
just.
James?
I don't know.
If,
King James.
Dude, yeah, no, the
Yes.
the St. James
St.
Bibles,
James.
you'll actually get more of a fucking bass tone out of it.
Exactly. New Testament,
Yeah, it's
so
'cause
much
there's
high end,
more
it's not
thickness
good.
to it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
eat
don't
your
want
heart
that
out, Gutenberg.
Right.
Back to the beater. We really did go full circle. Holy
Right.
shit, look at us.
Look at us.
Staying on topic and shit. Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ.
High five.
You
High
guys
five.
really do not know your Bibles.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You guys-
St.
High
James, King James, and
High five.
New Testament.
Are those not versions?
Is it really King,
King James and New Testament.
King James,
Does
New
thou really
King
pronounce
James,
this?
Oh.
NIV.
NIV.
Oh.
I don't know.
Uh,
the
there's-
urban.
Yeah, there's a couple more.
I don't know.
Wow.
But New Testament is just one half of the Bible.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
just the second book in the Bible.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
Welcome to our Later Half podcast, where we discuss religious attributes and how
Yeah.
they can.
Before we get there, though.
Yeah.
Before we get there, let's wrap up what we did here in episode
porn
164.
The
Yeah.
porn
The
lounge.
porn lounge.
So we started talking about kick drums and transient layering on them. Then we talked about dispersers, all pass filters. Then we went back to kick drum and transients. And then we went into compressors. We talked a little bit about reverb dilly-dallies, mid-side and stereo differences. And we kind of sat there for a good minute, and then we brought up the Yarl Yanni.
Yeah.
Oh,
patented.
Almost like I want to call it hallucinogenic aural phenomenon, honestly,
yeah.
because like it is Bayer context. Aural.
Aural.
A U R A L.
Not
Yeah.
oral.
Nah.
Hallucinogenic oral phenomenon.
Yes.
That's a very different
one's
thing.
mouth, one's
Very.
ears. Yeah. 100%. This is why this is the late 400 podcast. Yeah, exactly. Give
Folks,
it a turn.
thanks for tuning in this week. Doctor, thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Where
once
can
again.
people find you on the internet?
You can find me. Man, my clip link is not active right now. You can find me on SoundCloud. Yeah, no, it's not marketable.
Imagine.
Like, here, look me up.
You can find me on Clip.
clip.it clip.it/user/, let's see here. Hold on. Sorry. That's going to be 35B0XNN4.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, easy.
Damn.
Pseudonym.
What's your Instagram?
What's your MySpace?
Oh man,
one's
Hickama
still active.
Pickables. That one is hard. Dr. Hickama Pickables.
Yeah, that's it.
Just go to Always 400. We're following him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they promoted
It has
too.
doctor in the
Sorry.
name.
Oh, is it? It's Hickama.
Yeah, Hickama Pickables.
I always pronounced it as a J.
Yeah.
Jacama Pickables.
Jacama. You never had a Hickama before? It's like a weird potato.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I mean, I haven't
It's
had
a Dr.
Hickama.
It's a Dr. Tran joke.
It's not very often.
Hickory smoked horse butthole.
I got a jicama from a lady the other day.
Yo,
Oh.
she's a Hickama fucking. All right.
She's a great cook.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
bet.
Jickamas are pretty common, but you don't see them on paper.
Nah.
Like you don't see people writing down Hickama that often.
Yeah,
So I
nah,
understand why
100%.
he's just like, what's the J? 'Cause
Yeah.
I also am like Jimmy Pickles, whatever.
Jimmy Pickles.
Jacama Pickables.
Yeah, I don't-
Jacama Pickles. Dr. Jacama Pickles.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. That was great.
No,
That was great
thank you
fun.
guys, as always.
Folks, thanks for coming in here and hanging out. Hit the like and subscribe buttons.
Thanks for coming
Do
in
it.
here. Thanks for coming
Follow.
on here.
You're too scared. Stop it.
Head over to our Discord
Stop it.
and
Ew.
come hang out, guys.
Yeah, come hang out.
And we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm gonna wait for this announcement. They're not ready.
Your announcement's done.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Do, 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 do.